Hey, church, have you ever noticed that Jesus never once took aim at the Roman Empire, also known as the government, during that time? He didn't speak against Caesar. He didn't condemn the soldiers. He didn't try to reform the government or rally his followers in protest. In fact, when they tried to trap him with a political question, they said, Is it lawful to pay Caesar taxes? Jesus didn't even blink. He held up a coin and said, Render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. In that one statement, he drew a clear line between earthly power and eternal truth. He wasn't ignoring the government. He was putting it in its place. Why, you may ask? Because Jesus didn't come to set up a political kingdom. He came to reveal a heavenly one. That's why his fiercest words, his strongest rebukes weren't aimed at the rulers of Rome, but at the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the religious elite of his day. See, these were the ones who were supposed to lead people to God. They were actually keeping them from him. They had turned worship into a business, holiness into a system, and faith into fear. They piled burdens on people's backs, burdens of endless regulations, traditions, and man-made expectations, all in the name of serving God. Jesus didn't oppose the law. He came to fulfill it. But he came hard against those who had weaponized it. He wasn't attacking faith. He was actually defending it. He wasn't tearing down the people of God. He was calling them back to the heart of God. He went after the ones who looked righteous on the outside but were empty on the inside. What did he say to them? Woe to you! You tithe your herbs but neglect justice, mercy, and faithfulness. He called them blind guides because they had lost sight of what mattered most. You see, the real battle wasn't in Rome. It was in the temple. The greatest threat to God's people wasn't a foreign empire. It was the distortion of the truth within the community of faith. That's why Jesus didn't waste time chasing Caesar. He didn't go after the government. He went straight for the soul of the nation, because the issue wasn't political. It was spiritual. See, he knew governments rise and fall. Just look through your history books. See how many governments that there have been. But hearts, they are eternal. And if hearts are enslaved by fear, by shame, by religion, without grace, this doesn't matter who sits on the throne in Rome. People will still be in bondage. Jesus didn't come to reform systems. He came to redeem souls. He didn't come to fix the outside. He came to transform the inside. See, he wasn't trying to build crowds or curry favor. He was about the truth, even when it got him killed. So, church, don't miss the point. The enemy was never Caesar. It was always the lie that you can be close to God while living far from his heart. And that is the same battle we fight today. Not a war of politics, but a war for truth, for grace, for the real presence of God among his people. But here's where we need to be clear. Not every Christian is called to stand against the government. There are some that are, some that will. And God calls certain voices to speak into nations, to confront injustice, to challenge kings and power. But that's not the call for all. See, most of us, we're just simply called to be courageous and stand with Jesus, to be faithful, to walk in truth, to love the unlovable, to pursue justice and mercy, not on stages, but in daily life, to lead our families, to serve our communities, to worship God in spirit and in truth. We are not all called to be prophets to empires, but we are called to be disciples of the King. And when we stand with Jesus, when we choose humility over pride, holiness over hype, and love over power, we are engaging in the real battle. The one that still rages today. Battle for the hearts. Battles for truth. Battle for the gospel. So don't get distracted by the headlines. Ugh, I don't even like watching the news anymore. But don't be consumed with the drama of the earthly thrones. Fix your eyes on the true King. Because Jesus didn't come to make the world more manageable. He came to make us new. And the kingdom he is building, it's not shaken by Rome or governments. It's not threatened by policy. It's not limited by borders. It is built in hearts of the people. It is fueled by grace. It is led by love. And that, church, that is the kingdom we live for. Be blessed. Keep your eyes and hearts on the real prize. Jesus is the only ruler we should be looking at. Love you guys. Have a great day.